Now, if you've watched the news at all real estate wise, one thing in Colorado stood out. There's one town that has exceeded growth in almost every area, and that town is Erie, Colorado. Today, we're going to be exploring the new development of Sunset Village. Now, this is a Lennar development, and it is one of the many new developments going into this small, once coal town, turned into urban boomtown. Now, let's check out Sunset Village here in Erie, Colorado. Now, recently, Erie was named as number 4 on the list of the top growing cities in America, and that is not by accident. Erie has had explosive growth, especially in the last few years. In fact, it has grown 39% in the last 4 years, which is far outpacing most communities in Colorado, especially when some communities are actually starting to shrink a little bit. But it's for good reason. There's a lot going on in Erie, and right now, we are going to show you Sunset Village, which is one of the brand new communities still under development. And in fact, in back here, you can see some of the houses getting built, and you can probably hear all the hammers swinging. Now, one of the things that makes Erie so incredibly attractive, and we did a whole video on this, so check it out, the link should be right there, is its proximity to everything. Now, from downtown Denver, you are only about 30 minutes. From downtown Boulder, only about 20 minutes. Now, if you wanted to head up north to Longmont or Loveland, only about 20 to 45 minutes, depending on how far you go. So it is centrally located here in the north of Denver, northern Colorado sector, which gives you nice access to all sorts of good stuff. Now, around Erie, there is a ton of new developments and a ton of builders. Sunset Village, however, is exclusively Lennar. Now, in this development, they do have 3 different home collections based on price point and features, but in that 3, they have 12 different floor plans. So you have a ton of different options when you're thinking about what type of home that you're looking for. Now, I did walk through both the Monarch and the Grand, and those are both fantastic options. And from what I saw in the models, they're really pretty decent quality overall for what you're going to get for your money. Now, the first one, the Monarch Collection, has a price range that starts around $725,000. As far as Colorado, that's about average right now for what a single family home is going to cost. They're averaging between 3 and 5 bedroom homes, between 2,000 and 2,800 square feet. Now, they have multiple floor plans. As an example for price points, if you got the Graham floor plan, which is a 3-bed, 2-bath floor plan, it's going to run you about $782,000, give or take, depending on the finishes. Now, the Stonehaven floor plan, which is a little bit larger, usually around 5-bed, 4-bath with around 2,900 square feet, is going to run you about $830,000, give or take. Now, the Grand floor plan, which we also had a chance to walk through, is going to have much nicer finishes and features, but those are going to be at a cost. So to get into the Grand floor plan here at Sunset Village, you're looking at around a $900,000 starting point. But after that walkthrough, I have to say they are really nice, and some of those features are pretty incredible. Between 2 and 5 bedrooms, starting at a minimum of about 2,100 square feet and going up from there. They all have 9-foot ceiling basements, and you can get those finished up really, really nice. Some come finished, some don't, depending on how you do the contract with the builder. For example, the Davis floor plan, which is going to be a 2-bed, 2-bath house around 2,100 square feet, is going to run you around the $975,000 mark. Whereas the Aspen floor plan, which is the one that we got to walk through, is going to be a 5-bed, 4.5 bath with 3,500 square feet, and those run at a starting price over $1 million. Now, before we get too much further into this, I love Colorado and everything about it, so if you are looking to make that move, relocating or selling here in the area, hit me up at greatlifecolorado.com or my phone number right there, and I'd love to help you out. Now, they also have paired homes or duplexes, and those are going to range a little bit more affordable, between around $575,000 to $660,000. So definitely a little bit more of a bargain, but you are in a duplex. That being said, they're still finished really nicely. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to walk through one of those today because they're not built yet. They're going to be on the north side of the neighborhood, and right now they're still working on the single family homes. All right, so this is going to be a master plan, master built community, and what that means is they are building it as a holistic approach. We're talking they're going to have a community clubhouse, they're going to have trails. In fact, we're in a park right now. Also, there's a lot of nearby shopping and dining. Just to the south of this community is a large complex with a King Soopers, multiple restaurants, restaurants, and the Children's Hospital North Campus. To the north of us, we're gonna have Erie Parkway, and that gets into downtown Erie off Briggs Street. A lot more commercial property as far as dining, places to eat, and my favorite restaurant in downtown Erie, which is Lucille's, a Creole cafe. Absolutely love that place. But you're only within a few minutes of all of these places here. Just north of us as well is gonna be Erie High School and the Soaring Heights PK-8 elementary through middle school. Overall, they are planning on a ton of trails, but just south of this community as well is the Erie Single Track Mountain Biking Course, which is very, very popular, especially in the summer months for people who like to mountain bike. Now, this is gonna be located in the St. Vrain Valley School District. So if you have school-age kids like I do, the school district makes a huge impact on where I decide I wanna live. And the St. Vrain School District has extremely high academic marks, and they are known for their STEM programs and innovation programs. So if you wanna know more about St. Vrain School District, definitely check them out, but they're probably one of the best, in my humble opinion, in the state of Colorado. So I absolutely recommend checking that out and doing a little more research. Now let's talk cost of living and HOA. Now I did a whole nother video on cost of living in Colorado overall, so that still applies, but the HOAs here in Sunset Village are estimated to be between about $80 and $100 per month, depending on what they finally settle on. So they're not fully set yet, but based on other Lennar communities, that is what I would expect. Now your property taxes should be assessed at about 1.2% of the value, and that's pretty standard. As far as the other costs here in Sunset Village, they're gonna be on par with about what else you would see in Erie as far as utilities and things like that. And again, we did a whole nother video on cost of living in Erie and in Colorado, so check that out for further detail. All right, so let's talk about a few pros and cons if you decide to make Sunset Village your new home. Now, Sunset Village, new construction, 12 floor plans to choose from, and that means 12 different price points. So there's probably a home in here for everybody. So that is absolutely fantastic. The location couldn't possibly be beat. Right between Boulder, Longmont, and Denver, you're close to everything that you could possibly want. Also, planned activities and amenities. This place is going to be a master-built community with trails, parks, and potentially a clubhouse once they're done. So they've got the whole community planned out, and it's going to have a ton of things for the residents. Cons. Not everywhere is going to be just positive. There are also negatives. It's the first negative. It is only being developed by Lennar. So if you're a fan of Lennar builders, then it's great. But if you're looking for another builder for whatever reason, this neighborhood might not be for you. High price point. Now, this is something that we're struggling with all across Colorado. It is just plain expensive, and Sunset Village is no exception. Like I said, some of their models are starting at over $1 million. But with those townhomes and paired houses, you do have options that are starting in the $500s to $600s, making it reasonable in some ways, but still the overall price point is high. Noise. Let's talk about noise. They are building right now, so you still have some potential construction noise. But when I talked with the sales rep for Lennar, they're estimating completion by November of 2025 on the main subdivision, and then a potential second development, but that won't be starting until around 2030. So the noise shouldn't be too big of a problem. Last but not least, the landfill proximity. You are relatively close to an area landfill. It's only a couple miles away. So depending on the breeze, you might get some smells, you might not. Overall, I've been in the Erie area for a while now, and it's pretty much something that you don't think about and you don't really see, but it is around. So if that's something that concerns you, you might want to at least look on a map and see where you're at and drive by and check it out. But overall, this one is slated to close, so it shouldn't be a problem anytime or in the near future, as they do cover everything up and kind of reconstitute it back into a natural area. Now, overall, let's wrap this up. I think Sunset Village is going to be an excellent addition to the Erie area. Erie is growing. It is a boom town, and it is absolutely a perfect time to get yourself a house in Erie because it's only going up from here. Its proximity to Denver, Boulder, Longmont, Fort Collins couldn't possibly be beat. There is miles and miles of trails everywhere, and because of all of this growth in Erie, there's a ton of new development both in the commercial sector and the residential sector, so you're getting a ton of brand new stuff to live around and be with. So it is a fantastic spot. Now, the cons, sometimes the growth is outpacing the infrastructure, so there might be some traffic issues down the road, but so far I haven't seen those impacts. Anyways, if you're thinking about making Erie or anywhere in the Denver metro area your home, give me a call. Again, my phone number's right here, my website's right there, and I look forward to working with you. Until next time, enjoy your life wherever you're at or right here in Colorado.